A job that you don't like is a job that does not give you an opportunity for personal growth. So you're at a point where there's nothing more you're learning, there's nothing more that is challenging you, but of course you're there because you fear leaving, that if you leave, you're either going to lose a source of income or finding jobs are hard. But I want to encourage you to be brave enough today to step out of a confining space, to leave a job that you don't love, and be bold enough to look for something that you enjoy doing. What happens if you're in a job that you don't love, that there is no motivation. There's really nothing that motivates you. So honestly speaking, you're just there for the money. Did you know that your career is one of the most important aspects of your life? And of course, we all agree that building a career is not easy. Always, you have to remember that you are the one on the driver's seat on building your career. And therefore, you must take a very deliberate action to building a career that you desire. In today's video, I want to speak about the mistakes that you have to ditch for you to succeed, or rather build a career that you desire, or a career that will be fulfilling. In this year 2024, of course, I know so many people, or rather many of us, have plans to build their career or to see their career to the next level. If you're still doing the same things that you're doing in the previous years, the same mistakes that you're moving or carrying forward to this new year, then you're not going to see your desires or even the plans that you have for your career come true. So if you want to learn, or if you want to know those common career mistakes that most people make that end up frustrating their careers, then watch this video till the end. If you're here for the first time, my name is Nelly, and on this channel I share content on career, personal and professional development to help you get or help you build a fulfilling and rewarding career. So without taking so much time, let's get into the video. Point number one on those career mistakes that you have to ditch in 2024 to grow your career to the next level is staying in a toxic work environment. I always say that no amount of money is worth keeping you in a toxic environment. And in most cases, you realize that people stay in places that stress them or lead to emotional strain or emotional damage due to the fear of unknown. Someone is in a toxic environment and they don't want to leave because they don't know, or they're not sure if they're going to get another job. But today I want you to get the courage to be bold enough to step out of a toxic environment. A toxic environment is an environment that constantly leads you into stress. You're having toxic colleagues, toxic people in the workplace. These are people who do not support you. You're not receiving the desired or the required support to do your work from your line manager or from the management. This work constantly leads you into stress and even affects your life back at home. So you need a career, or you need to be in a workplace that builds you and not destroys you. So if you start seeing these signs of stress, constantly getting stressed, and even carrying this stress, or this stress translating into the things that affect your personal life, then it is a time to know that you are in a toxic work environment and you need to leave that type of work environment quickly. You need to come out of this thought, or this mind confining thought, that if you leave that job, or if you leave that space where you are, you're not going to be able to get another job. If you want, or if you set out your mind to look for another job, you'll definitely get another job. The truth is that a toxic work environment makes you worse and makes you have a personality that for sure will not help you grow in your career. The second career mistake that you have to ditch is failing to set career goals. Goals, like anything in life, helps you to provide a blueprint, or rather a direction on where you want to go. And setting goals is important in anything. Why not in your career? There's a difference between a job and a career. A job is a specific, or rather a current or an immediate engagement that you have that helps you to meet your daily needs, but it can lead to building a career. Career is a lifelong fulfilling professional life, or a career is a lifelong fulfilling professional life that you take time to build. So if you're not setting out plans in terms of where you want to see your career in the next years, these plans could be in terms of short-term, long-term, and medium-term plans, you're doing a big and a serious damage to your career. So come up with plans or goals on where you want to see your career, how you want to see your career turn out, and these goals will help you to remain responsible, accountable, and they will keep you on toes and on track to be able to achieve that which you want for yourself when it comes to your career. The next career mistake that you need to ditch to make a successful career in this 2024 is stop ignoring personal development. You ever heard the phrase that the biggest investment you can make is an investment in yourself? By investing in yourself, you constantly increase your value proposition as a job seeker, and you constantly put yourself outside there to potential employers and recruiters, not just as an employee, but as an asset. So here is how you can constantly increase your value, or you can constantly investing in yourself. The most common one that will be much easier and you'll do it almost at no cost, it's constantly reading. Because we never stop learning. The more you learn, the more you're able to expand your ability, and the more you're able to land yourself in jobs that are more fulfilling, that will lead your career into the next step. So reading relevant material, reading books, both on and offline. Another way is to registering yourself for free online courses. There's so many online courses that are free where you can learn an extra skill, and the secret or the aim is getting to be ahead of the competition every time, in every phase of your life. So investing in yourself in terms of taking online courses, reading books, attending networking events, because your network is also your net worth. Constantly increasing your network is a good way to invest in yourself. Doing the online courses, as I've already said, and just getting yourself into activities, even going back to school, if that is what that is one of the plans that you have for yourself, going back to school to add an extra skill. So this year, if you want to do anything good to your career, consider investing in yourself by constantly adding into your knowledge pot as an individual. The other mistake is overlooking or ignoring your mental and physical wellness. If you're not in good health as a person, now let's get back to the basics. You're the person who will be doing the job, you're the driver of your life, but if you're not in good mental or physical status, you're always stressed, you're always burnt out, you'll not be able to even deliver in your job. So as simple as it may look, ensuring that you have a good mental and physical well-being, concentrating on your mental or physical well-being is one of the quickest ways to improve your productivity as an individual, and this is great and a great step in building your career. So if you want to avoid those constant burnouts, constantly being sick, sometimes where we get sick or we get unwell because we've overworked ourselves, we are not sleeping enough, you're not doing physical exercise enough, not eating a well-balanced diet, not taking a lot of water, or not constantly hydrating yourself, then you're doing a big harm to yourself. So you need to, just like a car engine that constantly has to be maybe fueled, you have to take your car for checkup. It's the same way you need to constantly take care of your body, checking your physical well-being, checking your mental well-being, emotional well-being, ensuring that you don't engage in activities that strain you or that bring you down as a person. Even if it is fights, even if it is constantly getting into fights with people which just emotionally drain you. So prioritizing yourself is the easiest way, or is one of the quickest way to build yourself as a person, put yourself outside there as a brand, and attract the employers or the recruiters for the jobs that you desire. So it also, taking care of yourself also helps you to attain work-life balance. So always ensure that you don't take work home, don't take work-related stress home. When you're at home, you're able to interact well with the people that are around you, your loved ones, your family. And when you're at work, you're able to get a balance to concentrate on what you're employed to do at work. The next mistake that you have to ditch is not taking your personal brand seriously. Guys, your personal brand is how people perceive you within your professional space. That is how employers look at you and perceive you. That's how recruiters or the relevant and meaningful networks that you want to attract perceive you within your professional space. So how does your personal brand sit like? What do people know you for? So if you fail to take your personal brand seriously, if you fail to put yourself outside there to be seen by the people, the decision makers, then you're doing a very big harm to your career. So this year, I want you to be very intentional with your personal brand, whether on or offline. If you don't have like one of the best professional sites or one of the best professional platforms is LinkedIn. How does your LinkedIn profile sit like? How does your Facebook profile sit like? What is it that you're posting on your Facebook? What are you posting on your TikTok? Are you displaying or are you communicating the message that you want employers to know about you? So this year, I want you to be very intentional about your personal brand. Build a very strong personal brand by consistently communicating the same message or what you want to be known for on all your social media platforms. The next mistake that you need to ditch, guys, is failure to build a strong professional network. So they always say that your network is your net worth. How are you going to get people to refer you to jobs that you want within their companies if you do not know anyone, or if anyone do not know you? So this is one mistake that most people do, but this year I really encourage you to be deliberate about building a strong professional network. So don't have people on your contact, or don't think you have a network when you don't have a network. Where you only interact with people either in events or online, but you don't reach out to them, or you don't engage even with what they post if you're engaging with people online, and only wait to contact them when you're looking for a job, then that is not a network. That's when you think you have a network and you actually don't have a network in the real sense. So a network is important in helping you, supporting you, where you share knowledge, people like-minded people whom you share knowledge with, people who support you, people who refer you to opportunities, people who mention your name to rooms full of decision makers or rooms where there are opportunities. So you really can't ignore a professional network if you want to advance or if you want to attain a fulfilling and rewarding career. The next mistake that you have to avoid is burning bridges. Most people burn bridges in employment or in their professional life, especially when they're leaving employers. I see sometimes people fail to get opportunities in the future because they left a previous employer in bad terms. How do you hand in your resignations? The other day I just did a post about resignations, just the same point on burning bridges on LinkedIn, which really got a lot of reactions on how some employees resign rudely. You might have been wronged by an employer, they might have mistreated you, but I really encourage you that at the point that you're exiting, please ensure to keep it professional. The next mistake that you have to ditch is staying in a job that you don't love. The reason that I decided to separate this point with the previous point that I've said of staying in a toxic work environment is that they are two different. You can be in a job that you don't love, but the environment is wholesome, or you can be in a job that you love but the environment is toxic. So a job that you don't love or a job that you don't like is a job that is not aligned to your career goals or is not aligned to what you want to do. So maybe this is a job that you've done for so many years and there are no promotions. This is a job that you've reached a level that you're feeling that there's nothing that you're learning. You've stayed in one job for 5 years, 10 years, there's really nothing new, or even 4 years in most cases. There's really genuinely nothing new that you're learning. A job that you don't like is a job that does not give you an opportunity for personal growth. So you're at a a point where there's nothing more you're learning, there's nothing more that is challenging you, but of course you're there because you fear leaving, that if you leave, you're either going to lose a source of income or finding jobs are hard. But I want to encourage you to be brave enough today to step out of a confining space, to leave a job that you don't love, and be bold enough to look for something that you enjoy doing. What happens if you're in a job that you don't love? That is that there is no motivation. There's really nothing that motivates you. So honestly speaking, you're just there for the money, and you're there because you have a place that you wake up to spend your maybe 8 to 5, or to spend your 8 hours in a day. So this year, I want to challenge you to take a step ahead, to step out bravely and leave a job that you don't love, and look for a job or look for an opportunity that will be more fulfilling for you and will lead you to develop a career that you desire. The next point is giving up too quickly. Job search, we know, is not easy, and when I started also I said building a career is not easy. Nothing is easy, and that's just the nature of life. You have to build, and you have to have that grace to build. So giving up too quickly, you've been looking for a job, or you've been trying to work out things even maybe in your current place, and they're not working. Even as you look for another job, I want to encourage you not to give up too quickly. They always say that it is not the people who start, but the people who finish that count. Are you going to start and not finish, or are you going to start and wait up to the finishing line? So whatever it is that you're doing, and this applies, that's why I'm bringing this point here, this applies even in the career space. Giving up is not an option. So I want to encourage you not to give up too quickly in whatever it is that you're doing for your career. Are you planning to go to school to advance yourself? And especially we know that going back to school can be too challenging, especially when you already have a family, you already have a full-time job. But what is going to make the difference is the effort that you are going to make to be very deliberate in building or going back to school, taking those classes. Are you willing to take an online course to advance in a skill? Yes, and it is too difficult. What are you going to do? I encourage you not to give up. I encourage you to focus more, be more deliberate, and be more intentional in whatever it is that you're doing to build your career. And the bonus tip that I want to give you guys, and the last tip, is to not be comfortable. So many times we get so comfortable, especially you've gotten to the pay that you want, you're in an organization that you want, you are in the career that you want, you build even a family that you want. Then we realize that we get to the point in life where we get so comfortable and we really don't want to push. The life that you desire sometimes, or there is more beyond your comfort zone. I did a video on how you can get out of your comfort zone. So I want to encourage you not to get comfortable. Sometimes you get people staying in one job for 10 years. It's not bad. It all depends if that company you're staying in for 10 years makes you grow in that 10 years. But if in that 10 years there's no growth, for real, I call that comfort. So if you're getting too comfortable to a level that you want to do job for 10 good years, that one honestly is doing a big harm to yourself. So I want to encourage you also to step out of your comfort zone. Beat those comfort thoughts that makes your mind feel that you have reached, and be able to step out and try a life that is beyond your comfort zone. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope that this video has added value to you. As always, guys, if you've gotten value from this video, please remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel to get to view and interact with more of my content on this platform. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.